Okay. If you see this graph, you'll understand the mortality. So as you age, there are chances you die more. If you go to 80 plus, the chances are the mortality is almost like 18%. So this tells you about the intensity with which you need to manage some of these patients, but it also tells you whom actually to manage. This is both ways. So some of the patients who are aged, who are sick, and you know that your maximum pressure and efforts to change the scenario may not be fruitful. So with time, you may learn whom to really work on. So this is, I believe, this is the experience that will come. It has already come from Wuhan. It's coming from Italy, US, UK. They've started triaging patients. कि किस पे मेहनत करना है. Okay, so you may learn more. Treatment options, there are no specific antiviral treatments which are available. There is no vaccine which is available. Therefore, who needs admission for these group of patients? The worst forms are the critically ill ones, the 5% only, but severe diseases you may have 14% in which the rates are either above 30, SpO2 is less than 93, PO2 is less than 300, lung infiltrates more than 50% within the first 24 to 40 hours. Therefore, you realize these are the not patients where a lot of intensive care issues will come up regarding management. The management that is being provided for the confirmed cases is still evolving, I would say. Regimes are being formed, they are being broken, more drugs are being coming up. So this is the first version of the management protocol that came from the CDC MICC team, version 1. I'm yet to see the version 2 of this, and it gives us few options. Now these are treatment COVID-19 upper and respiratory tract infections, both in which you have either a fever or a running nose, cough without lung infiltrates, plus there is a positive PCR. So they are confirmed cases. In this, the treatment options are: one, you give them a chloroquine phosphate 500 mg BD for 5 days, plus you add an oseltamivir, which is Tamiflu 150 BD for 5 days. So this is the recommendation according to this CDC MICC team version 1. It is changing, but I will tell, as the epidemiology is growing, so it will become a little more aggressive maybe with time, or the doses may change, or the durations may change as the time goes. All this is applicable. If you have a COVID confirmed positive pneumonia patient coming to you, the options are still further on, like chloroquine, it is 500 BD for 5 days. Then you add plus to this regime, which includes Duranavir or Cobicistat, or you can give an Atazanavir, or you give an Oseltamivir, or you go for a steroid plus minus methylprednisolone 40 milligram 12 hourly for 5 days. But remember, these regimes are, you don't have to mug them up. You just keep you have your mobiles on, so just keep this version on with you. You can stick it up in your ICUs. Don't mug them up. The important things are the little ones that are written below, which is preventive aspects. You can treat what you want, but if you don't do what is written below, you'll be dead sure this patient is going to transmit the infection to all the treating team. So be very careful what you do. You want to know treatment? Yes, you should. But prevention is the cure that will be more important. This is currently, as mentioned, no vaccine to prevent it. There is one which is being released by Donald Trump a few days by Roche company. They're coming up with a vaccine. I do not know how it fans out, but to come to India and then use it, I believe it is the next year. Then avoid a close contact with people who are at risk. Avoid touching your eyes and nose with dirty hands. Stay home when you are sick. As told by the Prime Minister, stay home if you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue. Use good respiratory etiquettes or cough etiquettes. Clean and disinfectant frequently. Clean your hands. If you don't have the luxury of this, at least wash your hands more often. Okay? Just use plain soap and water. My child tends to wash it almost every hour. I just told him don't do it every hour. So whenever you touch a surface, at least do one time washing. And this is specific if you want to eat something. and post-eating also, because these viruses can move. One, if you touch your nose, your ears, your mouth, these are the only routes it will go through. So do not use it on these surfaces with dirty hands, please. And if soap and water are not readily available, okay, we have done that. We have done that, okay. Then prophylaxis, again, this is changing. What I read, or what we read when we were starting this unit, was a different regime of chloroquine. Now it is changing almost on a few days. Every few days I have a new one. Now what they're recommending it for prophylaxis, all healthcare workers need to use it. The dose is 400 mg BD on day 1, followed by a weekly dose of 400 mg to be taken every week for as long as you stay in that unit working for these high contact patients, high risk patients. So this is the regime. It might change as the days go.